Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made a chaos style chessboard. Let's go. So just like any other woodworking project, we're starting out with rough lumber here. So we need to get it milled down. Get a nice flat face on the joiner, take it over to the planer and get it smoothed out. And then get a nice clean edge with my jointing sled on my table saw. Now we're going to cut up these boards into little strips that we can glue back together in a random pattern that'll give us our chaos look that we're looking for. And here I'm using some walnut, some wenge, and some purple heart for my dark squares. And I didn't record, but I'm using maple and yellow heart for my lighter squares. Once that glue is dry, we get it cleaned up at the planer, and then bring it over to the table saw to cut it into strips. And we're going to glue those strips back together to make blocks. Once that glue is dry, we get our jointer nice and square so we can clean up one side. And then back to the table saw to clean up the opposite edge. Now that we got those all cleaned up, we're going to glue them together. Once that glue is dried, we're going to clean up the squeeze out with the planer. Cutting it in half here because, as you know, chessboards have 8 squares across. And this will give me a nice clean edge to start with. Now I need to get these lined up as best as I can, so I throw a couple of clamps on there. And just taking off a little bit just to get that nice and square and clean. I'm trying to use as little as glue as possible here because I don't want a lot of squeeze out, but I do want full coverage. Making sure to line up my squares. All right, while that dries, we're going to start working on the frame. This is hickory, and we're getting it cleaned up here at the joiner again. And then we'll go back to the planer. Back to the joining sled. And I'm cutting these down so I can stack them and glue them for the frame. And I forgot to show it, but I do add a couple of pieces of cherry to the top just to frame it out a little nicer. Adding a dado for the plywood. Just a finishing touch here, adding a bevel around the whole top edge. Here I'm finishing it off with some Natura 1 coat. It's a hard wax oil. Just buff it in and wipe it off. This will come back to bite me. Stay tuned. Well, there it is, a chaos chessboard. A couple things to try to get ahead of some comments. A friend saw this design by Hess Woodworks, and it looked incredible, so she asked if I could make one. By the way, go check out his video. He does an excellent job. Also, he finished his with epoxy instead of the hard wax oil, and I soon discovered why. Since it was glued to the plywood, it had no room to expand and contract with the seasons, and it cracked. So I will be building her a new one soon, and I'm going to finish it in epoxy this time. Do it right. But if you're still here, go ahead and hit that like button so this video can get out to more people so they can see it. That would really help out my channel a lot. Just getting started here again. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.